All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. And this is going to be a video on how Yahweh is going to start cleaning up humans' problems when he brings his judgments on the day of the Lord, man. Right? Because when you really think about the ways how different people get judged sometimes, and how Yahweh really does step in and fix certain things, man. Like he's been keeping and holding World War III from happening for a long time until the elect sealed, right? But if he was to have every single time when it was possible, like World War III's been able to happen physically, like World War III, the ICBMs being shot off and all of that, that's been able to happen physically for decades, right? That's actually been able to happen physically for decades, man. But Yahweh wants to make the MOTB be made mandatory first before bringing the day of the Lord, right? And then it's also connected to the elect being sealed. But the physical events of World War III taking place have been able to happen for ages, right? The same thing with civil unrest. That's been able to happen for ages too. But Yahweh's just been holding it, right? And keeping it away from happening for a long time. Kind of like how parents will wash up and clean up after their children for a long time. And the child will just always kind of just almost not even understand all the work that's done behind the scenes to make their life go how it goes, man. Same thing with, and I have to say it, man. People are probably getting tired of hearing it be brought up, but same thing with how men do a lot of things behind the scenes that keeps women's lives being able to be as safe as their lives are, right? Same thing with how Yahweh does a lot of things to make our lives be safe. Yahweh keeps us away from a whole bunch of danger, right? And keeps us away from even our own selves by some of the ways how he judges us, man. But we don't understand the whole full ins and outs of it. Man's going to of the Lord. How can the man then understand his own way? Same thing with how men kind of guide women without women even knowing. And they don't even sometimes understand their own way. And I heard the apostles saying on the last camp that if women are given their own will, that they pretty much just destroy themselves, man. And that's true. But then to go on even a higher level, right? That even us as men, if we was to go our own way, right? Even humanity in itself, if we was to go our own way, we'll destroy ourselves, man. The women will destroy themselves, right? But we'll destroy ourselves if we was to go our own way. And that's why we don't think about our own way, man. We think about the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai whenever we're doing something good. Every time we're doing something righteous, we're actually doing the things that Yahweh wants us to do. Because if we was to be doing the things that we really sincerely want to do, we ain't going to be doing the things that the scriptures say. And even Paul spoke about that, right? The things that I would. He was going into how the things that I want to do ain't really. Well, I'll get it after I read the scripture. Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 21. Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know. I will cause them to know mine hand and my might, and they shall know that my name is Yahweh. And Yahweh is going to allow all these people to finally see what it looks like when there's a lawless world without him. Right now, I was just thinking of a scripture, and I can't even remember what the scripture was, man. How is the memory gone from my mind that quick on the other scripture that I wanted to bring out? Man, that's crazy. Let me read this again. Verse 21. Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know mine hand and my might, and they shall know that my name is Yahweh. How the hell is that scripture gone from my mind so quick, man? How is that scripture gone? That's crazy, man. See, that's one thing to look forward to in the kingdom, man. No short-term memory loss. We're going to be able to go into the archives, man, on you heathens, and bring out a whole bunch of information on your wicked asses, man. Oh, I remember now. What do you have about Shem Yahushai? Right, I was going to how Paul was going into how the things that he wants to do ain't really the things that he be doing, but then that's the things that his flesh wants him to do. Romans chapter 7 and verse 19, for the good that I would do, I do not. Meaning the things that Yahweh wants him to do that are the good things, he ain't even always doing that all the time. But the evil which I would not, that I do, meaning the things that he in his spirit doesn't want to do, which are wicked, he does them because he's in the flesh, right? Now, if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. Meaning that the things that I'm doing that are wicked, I ain't really doing them. It's the wickedness that's still left in me because I ain't under the new covenant. And that's what he's ultimately kind of trying to get the point across, man. Right? Knowing that when he's under the new covenant, he ain't gonna do no wickedness, but yet he still does do wickedness and still is to blame ultimately for the wickedness that he does. But he knows that the reason why he still does those amount of sins, what he was doing, is because there was still some sinning, some iniquity, some wickedness left in him, right? But Yahweh's gonna eventually start cleaning up and stepping in to stop humans from destroying themselves, and he's gonna show them this is what it looks. This is you, all you humans on the earth that think is so smart, yeah. All the ways and all the plans that you think you've got to make the earth go. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what happens when your ideas and your plans are brought to fruition, right? Doesn't it say in the scriptures that the course of their actions shall stand in their power? So everyone that's physically able to try and carve out a little portion of the world for themselves in a certain way, they're going to be made to do it, right? They're going to be made to try and carve that out then and do that, right? They're gonna be made to try and do that then. But I see, so lucky, 1 second. For verse 21, for I find then a law that when I do good, evil is present with me. So, okay, we're doing the things that Yahweh wants us to do when we're doing good things, which I said that before, right? But even when we're doing the good things, your flesh might be saying, yo, fuck doing that video, man. Do a wickedness. You see what I mean? Now, someone that knows what I'm talking about will think that that's funny because they know what I'm talking about. But somebody else will be like, nah, what are you on about? Because they actually believe that they're a good person and that everything that they're doing is good all the time. No, it ain't. No, you ain't good. No, you ain't a good person. I know I'm not a good person, but you ain't neither. Right? For all you people that want to try and act like you're some floating on angels' wings ass person out there. No, you ain't a good person neither. Right? You're thinking that we ain't no good people, yeah, but you ain't neither. Verse 23, for I see a law in my members warring against the law of my mind, because we know what the scriptures say. But yet at the same time, the flesh is wicked and bringing me into the captive. And that's why here's one thing that's good to get for yourselves, man. It's real easy if you find out something that somebody else has did that's wicked to laugh at them, yeah. It's real easy to laugh at something that somebody else has did that's wicked and that's off. And the thing that that other person did that's wicked and off, it could be funny, yeah. But then, okay, what about the things that you do? Do you laugh at yourself, or do you hope that no one finds out how wicked you are? And if that's the case, then even when we see other people that get caught for doing something bugged out and wicked, okay, should you laugh and just completely think it's funny all the time? Or should you have some fear and think, man, was this person always like that? Or did this person become like that because Yahweh opened them up to the spirits and they became like that after rejecting him? That's a good way to think about it as well, because it's real easy to laugh at somebody else's sins and to laugh at somebody else's wickedness and to laugh at something that somebody else is weak in. It's real easy. If you're a person that don't have a problem drinking alcohol, but you see somebody else has a problem with drinking alcohol, it's real easy for you to talk shit, right? If you're a person that doesn't have a problem with women, but then you see somebody else that struggles with women and then you're thinking it's funny because they can't get women, but you don't have a problem with that. It's real easy for you to laugh at that. But do you laugh at what you've got a problem with? Do you laugh at yourself? Would you want to be laughed at for the things that you're weak in? Or you might be a brother that don't struggle with money. You've got money, you've got all kind of money, you've got all kind of types of employment, and you just got it in that category. Okay, but what about the category that you don't have it in? Or do you think you've got it in every category? Because then if you're saying that, that means you ultimately think you're under the new covenant. And are you? No, you're not. Right? Because Paul was going in on his own self. And are you on his level? No, you're not. Right? And I ain't trying to bun out nobody, but this is a heavy thing to consider. Because no one's on a chariot yet. So you can't confirm or deny whether you're of the elect or not. And somebody might think, who are you to say that? Well, if I'm saying it and I actually upload this video and it gets into the ears of people, I guess I was supposed to do it then, right? In terms of what Yahweh's plan was for men on earth. Now, if it doesn't end up out there and I don't upload it, then I guess I wasn't supposed to say it, right? But it's easy to laugh at somebody else's wickedness, right? And somebody else is falling away and falling off. But what about your own though? Do you laugh at yourself though? Do you go in on yourself as much as you're prepared to go in on somebody else? Do you rebuke yourself as much as you're prepared to go in and talk about somebody else's wickedness? What else topics? Yeah, I mentioned the money thing. You could be a person that don't struggle with money, right? And you've always been able to find yourself in some kind of employment and have money and all of this, right? So then when you look at another person that struggles with that, I mean, right? You might not understand why they're struggling with this, and you might think, oh, what, fix yourself up, bro. But how, you don't know that person's life. You don't know. You might be a person that's got perfect health. So then when you see another person going through ailments, you might try and tell him do herbs this, herbs that. But Yahweh might literally have it as a thing that no matter what herb you give him, it ain't gonna work. Because Paul had an ailment in the flesh, right? Paul had a thorn in the flesh. You think Paul didn't know about herbs? You think Paul didn't know about spices? You know, you think Paul didn't know about the intricacies of meditation? You think Paul didn't know about fasting? But he still had it though. So there's going to be other people that they're going to have that, man. It's real easy to lie. It's real. Trust me, it's real easy. You might hear that someone got caught being freaky and all that, right? And then you hear about it and you think it's funny because you wouldn't do it. Because you wouldn't do it. But okay, the scriptures say we wrestle not against flesh and blood, right? So that same spirit that persuaded that man to do that weird ass shit, right? If that spirit came to you to try and tempt you, would you be able to overcome it? Or would you even want to put that to the test? Because I know I wouldn't. I don't want to put it to the test of having to overcome whatever spirit was trying to make him do that he failed at. I don't want that spirit to bother me. The scriptures speak about give me any plague but the plague of the mind, right? And any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. You don't want to be tested with the wickedness of a woman. You don't want to be tested with the plague of the mind. Where your mind, you can be getting intrusive thoughts and it's making you think something bugged out, but you're still going to get on the chariots though. Do you want to be that? Would you want to put that to the test? Some of the things that I've heard apostles say sometimes, I'm like, raw, I don't even want to have that happen to me. I don't want to try and test that. Like even sleep paralysis, like some brothers might hear about sleep paralysis, right? And they might think that, oh man, these men are chatting shit. Sleep paralysis ain't real. Like where you sleeping and you can't breathe. That ain't real, man. That ain't chatting shit. That ain't happened to me. That ain't ever happened. It's real. Sleep paralysis is a real thing. You'll be in your bed, sleeping. You can't move. You might be hearing screams, shouting, all kind of voices. You think you've got up and walked into another room, and then you fall asleep, and then you're now in the next sleep paralysis. That shit is real. I've been through that. That shit's real, man. I've experienced that from since like I was like 7 years old. Around about 7 years old is the earliest age I can remember experiencing that. That shit's real, right? You be asleep, you can't move, you can't breathe, or you might see crazy ass shit when you're sleeping and that. But you might think in some of them that you're awake. You might be hearing something moving around you, and such fear comes upon you that you're like, you know what? I don't even want to open my eyes to see what even could be around me right now. I don't want to open even though your eyes are really closed in reality because you're asleep. But in the sleep paralysis, you might be like, man, whatever I'm sensing around me right now, I don't want to even open my eyes to see what can be around, man, because it's not an old game, right? Even when it comes to like some people might live around a grimy hood ass area, right? And then people have got spirits on them, and the spirits on those people might be trying to tempt you every single day. And they might tempt you in different ways. They might tempt you on a beef thing, or they might tempt you on a yo, come and roll with us thing. I'm not around no area like that. And I don't want to be, but somebody else might be. And I have to continually keep fighting from these demons trying to force them into some easy money. You know what I mean? Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. These people have got spirits on them, man. but we've got a spirit in us that's against this world if we're of the elect, man. I'm just trying to put it out there, like I wanted to put that point across that it's easy to bun out and try and laugh at what somebody else has did that's wicked, right? But then what about what's wicked in you though? Right? What about what's wicked in us? Right? Do we laugh at that though? Do we laugh at what wickedness we've did in our life? It's a bit more difficult then to laugh at that, innit? It's a bit more difficult, right? Because okay, somebody might laugh at that the Hebrew and a Hellcat situation, right? Like I just giggled then, right? But then okay, in the past in your life, have you committed adultery? Because both are sins unto unalivement, right? So how funny are either? And then really, every single sin ultimately leads to being unalived, right? Romans chapter 6 and verse 23, for the wages of sin is death. So every sin, oh, you ate a bacon, okay, you did everything else great, but you ate a bacon sandwich once. That's worthy to die. So how funny is that? Okay, all right, you didn't commit adultery in the world. You haven't committed adultery in the truth. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's go to it, man. You never committed adultery in the world, right? You never committed adultery in the truth either, right? You just didn't. You just stood on business, yeah. But how about this then? How about this? Second Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. So these Israelites would rather be whipped and scourged than eat pork. But when you ate pork in your life, if you have, which I have, when we've ate pork in our life, if we've done that, right, did we have to be scourged and whipped? Or was we sizzling it up in the pan? Or sizzling it up on the grill, slapping it on some either toasted bread or non-toasted bread, putting butter on there and ketchup and barbecue sauce and ketchup and eggs and all kind of shit, man, with beans on the side, hash browns, all kind of shit, and yamming it up, man, and making sure that not one little bit of bacon was even left on the plate still. Was that what we was doing? That's embarrassing. Because when you read this story, if you read it, and I'd recommend reading it, Second Maccabees, the 7th chapter, you realize what painful things that some Israelites went through just because they didn't want to eat pork. So again, it's real easy to bun out somebody else's wickedness, right? But then what about what you've did in life? Huh? Everyone's got something to say about the Hebrew Israelites, and one of the main key points in the Bible, right, is a thing called take the beam out your own eye. It's real easy to look at somebody else's iniquity and laugh at them. But what about you though? What about what wickedness you've did though? Luke chapter 18 and verse, no, am I in the right place? Yeah, I am. Luke chapter 18 and verse 9. And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised others. 2 went up into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, Yahweh, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. So he was even in his mind bunning out the next man that's inside the same temple praying. He's in his mind thinking that he's just floating on angels' wings, bunning out the next man that's asking for mercy in the same vicinity that he's in, man. Right? I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possess. And the publican standing afar off would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, Yahweh be merciful to me, a sinner. So he wasn't viewing out and looking outwards to everyone else's wickedness and thinking about what they're doing. He was thinking about how wicked he was. Right? I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone that exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. So all you scoffers running their mouths about the Hebrew Israelites, right, talking about how we're this and we're that. Okay, what about what you are though? All this research that you're doing to try and find out whatever happened in the Hebrew Israelites, have you did that same research amongst Christianity? Or are you just excusing Christianity for all their wickedness that they've did, and as long as they agree to be against the Hebrew Israelites, because that's not what you're supposed to do. And Hebrew Israelites don't do that. If Hebrew Israelites see wickedness amongst themselves, they curse it out. If they see wickedness amongst Christianity, they curse it out. If they see wickedness in the world, they curse it out. And they even review their own selves in terms of looking at the wickedness that they do, man. And they that's why they pray for forgiveness, right? But even at a higher level, right? To really think, man, okay, I got everything to say about everyone else, but what about what I've did though in life? Because it's real easy to bun out everyone else. But what about bunning out yourself though? Okay, this man's going off and this man's doing this, but okay, we're wicked as well though. That's the thing as well, man. The righteous are gonna scarcely be saved, man. And that's why I really love whenever I hear the apostles say like of the hopeful elect, because really, how many people in this world that have been doing something for 40 years, 35 years, 30 years, 30 plus years and all that ain't gonna just be overly boastful in this world? Like if you see a man that's been a doctor for 20 years and you try and tell him anything, he's gonna say to you, the first thing he's gonna say, I've been a doctor for 20 years. He ain't gonna be trying to hear anything that you got to say. If you say, are you sure that you're doing it the right way? I've been a doctor for 20 years. I've been doing it this way for 20 years. I've been doing, especially, and that's 20 years, not 40. They're just gonna think like they'll just get stuck in it. And that's why there's a term, stuck in your own ways. Because you could have been doing it for 40 years wrong. You could have been doing it for 20 years wrong, but the apostles don't gas themselves up like that from what I've seen. And they'll say that we still don't even know if we're of the elect. They'll say they still don't even know, even though they've been doing it for 40 years, 30 years, 35 years, long time, man. But they still don't assume that they're getting on a chariot. When if there was people on this earth that could assume, it would be them, but they don't assume. To them people that have been less, we can't assume neither, because they don't assume. And then if the apostles that have actually got the correct doctrine don't assume, then why the hell are you Christians even trying to assume then? Because you ain't even got the right doctrine. And you're trying to assume talking about you saved already. You Christians say you're saved. And I'm like, they're saying they're saved. And if we was carnal, we could just punch them in their face right now and show them how unsaved they are. We're not going to do it. But we could show them how unsaved they are on the spot when they're running their mouth talking all that I'm saved stuff. Some grimy two-third could show them how unsaved they are right on the spot. But they think they're saved. They ain't saved no way, no place, man. They ain't saved from nothing. They're full of shit. Right? They're full of shit, man. But going back into the main topic, that Yahweh's going to open things up, man. And show all these people on the earth that, okay, you want it lawless, yeah? Well, this is what it looks like when it's lawless. 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 6, for wickedness have exceeded, polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. So Yahweh's going to make it get to a point where, okay, y'all can't do no more wickedness. Then you can't get no more wicked than this. But he's still going to allow all these people to go back and forth against each other, man. He's going to allow these people to go back and forth against each other. Verse 7, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. So Yahweh's no longer going to keep allowing it to slide, man. He's no longer going to wink at the wickedness. He's going to allow them to be left to their own devices for a bit, truly, and see what it looks like when, okay, you don't want me to really be correcting you. Okay, I'm not going to correct you. I'm going to make it worse, though. I'm going to just jack y'all up, man. I'm going to allow you to see what it's like when you go just have your own way. But then I'm also going to bring in some of the creations and the creature that I've made to make people's lives miserable. Because while you was all doing your thing, I was up in the creation rooms making a whole bunch of creatures to judge you people with. And the angel was getting them chariots real revved up, man, to bring them there to start spinning y'all up. Imagine how fast the chariot goes. Just imagine hearing that engine go. You people ain't going to be ready for that, man. You people ain't ready to see a crazy Ishmaelite with a golf club. Just some crazy Ishmaelite with a golf club, man. Some of you women can't just handle seeing a man drunk in the club, getting a bit too touchy-feely. You can't even handle that. No, Robert, I said no, Robert, I said no. You can't even handle that, man. Can't even handle that. Some of you who can't handle getting thrown out the nightclub. I'll be watching them videos, man, them auditor videos and that. Y'all can't hold your drink. turn your camera off, turn your camera, and getting leveled, fighting on the cobblestones, getting punched up, having straighteners. Y'all can't handle that, man. It's not fair. It's not fair. You not even began to see how unfair this world is against you Edomites, for damn sure, man. Verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand to fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power. It's going to get to where, all right, everyone thinks that they know what it is, yeah. Well, let's see what it looks like then. Okay, feminism is going to try and go against red pill, yeah. The middle class is going to go against the lower class. The lower class is going to go against the upper class. Oh, let's get it popping in, man. Yeah, let's see what it really looks like. Let's see what it really looks like when these things come to pass. Let's really put it all to the test, man. Yeah, that's what's getting ready to happen. Let's put it all to the test and see what you people are saying, man. What are you man saying? Yeah, what are you saying, man? That's what Yahweh is going to be doing. But then he's also going to actively step in and bring Yahweh Shai to the earth as well, man. But a lot of the judgments that are going to be happening in the day of the Lord are just human interactions, right? World War III is humans that have been talking all this World War III stuff for a long time. Okay, he's kept talking World War III. Yahweh's been holding it back. Now he's going to not hold it back and he's going to let it happen. He's going to step out of the way and allow World War III to happen. And let's see how much you humans like it. You're not going to like it. Okay, Esau's been saying he's going to do martial law. Yahweh's been stepping back and holding it back. Then he's going to be like, okay, I'm going to let it happen then. And the people are not going to like it, man, when you see it. Yahweh is going to allow humans to destroy themselves, which for a long time he's been holding it back, man. Doesn't it say in the scriptures Yahweh is a God of war, a man of war? He loves war. But for a long time he's been holding it back, man. Because the destruction that's going to happen when it comes to pass is a lot. It's a lot, man. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, and men are going to be afraid, the cities are going to be troubled, right? Because men are going to be doing this to each other. A lot of, like, Yahweh's not going to actually actively have to show Yahweh Shai for a lot of the prophecies that we're waiting for to come to pass, man. We don't need to see Yahweh Shai for World War III to happen. We don't need to see Yahweh Shai for the MOTB to be made mandatory. These are all things that humans on earth are going to do, right? It's just that when let's get it. It's just that when it starts to really get real like bad, that's when Yahweh Shai is going to show up, man. In fact, let me go to the Ezra's prophecy. Let me go to the second Ezra 13, man. Because it goes into how men are going to be doing all kind of things on the earth, right? Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that dwell upon the earth, and it shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another. This is humans doing this. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another. You got all these people on the comment board. Someone needs to really step in and show these people that we're not playing around. They don't ever do nothing themselves though. But they're all on the comment board. But eventually, Yahweh's gonna be like, okay, you want that so badly, have it then. And this is what's going to be taking place in 2 Ezra 13 and 31. Okay, you want to have a straightener, you want to try and go into this area and show this people or this race group that you mean business. Okay, go and do it then. I'm not going to no longer keep you away from what you've been running your mouth about. Go and do it. Yahweh's going to allow him to do it, man. Just like how, okay, a woman, she so desperately wants to go and do this thing or that thing. Okay, and the man's like, all right, you know what then? Go fucking do it then. And then the woman does it and she finds out that it ain't what she thought it was. Or a parent and a mother and a father, their child keeps desperately wanting to do something. He keeps wanting to like jump off the bed or something like that. He keeps jumping and breaks his ankle or something, man. Or bumps his head. Right? This is the same kind of things that Yahweh's getting ready to do to humans on earth, man. Verse 31, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. right? This is what's getting ready to happen, man. And it doesn't matter whether it doesn't. Here's the thing, like, let's say that there's some men out there that they just don't want to see women go through hell. Well, I've got sorry to tell you, women are going to be going through hell. And it don't matter how much you try and say, oh, I don't want women to go through it. They're going through it because there's prophecies on that. There's prophecies that women are going to be catching hell. Let's say people say, oh, I don't want to see Esau go into slavery. He's going to be going into slavery for 1,000 years. So if you don't want to see it, you better close your eyes for 1,000 years then. Because if you either going to see it, if you don't want to see it, you're going to hear it. If you manage to keep your eyes closed for 1,000 years, you're still going to hear it anyway. You ain't going to be able to stop it from happening. Or let's say someone's like, you know what? I don't want to see America, Babylon the Great get destroyed. Well, okay, maybe you're Magneto, yeah? And there's metal in the ICBMs and you're going to go stand on the seas of America and you're going to be able to stop all the ICBMs from landing on Earth. Maybe, innit? Maybe that's you. I don't think so, though. America's going to get what's coming to it. Esau's going to get what's coming to it. Proud women are going to get what's coming to them. Proud and wicked men are going to get what's coming to them. The elect of the nation, let's say someone's like, I don't want to see Israel be immortal and get changed and be and look like the most beautiful thing you ever seen on the earth. I don't want to see that. Okay, you better close your eyes then, because we're gonna get that. Let's say someone's like, I don't want the elect to get crowns. I don't want the elect to be crowned by Yahweh Shai. All right, I don't want to see the elect get. Well, you better close your eyes then, man, because they're gonna be. Oh, I don't want to see Israel judge the heathen in their kingdom. Sure, well, we're gonna be. And who do you think you are to stop it, man? It's gonna happen whether you like it or not. There ain't nothing you can do about it, man. All the prophecies are gonna come to pass. Every single one. We as men, we've had to be look, man. We as men have had to be embarrassed in this society. You know, people don't really think that we are shit. I don't care what career and all that you think you got, that you think that you're getting some respect in that, mate. Nah. As an Israelite man in this world, you don't get no respect from nothing really. And you have to do way more in this world to not get respect. That's the thing about it. As an Israelite man, you have to do way more to just be not respected. You have to do a lot to even get a basic, like to even get a real basic level of respect as a man in this society, man. Especially an Israelite man, you have to do a lot to get nothing. To be honest with you, you have to do a lot to get nothing in return, man. And that's just real. You have to do a lot to get nothing. So trying to save everyone else. What about you? And who was trying to save you when you was catching hell? Answer that question. Who was out there trying to help you and save you when you was going through it, man? Who was out there going through it, trying to do the most to save your ass? But you're running on some captain help him for Esau and all that. But who is trying to help you when you was through? Let's get this scripture. Who bemoaned the old Jerusalem and who no one? Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 5. For who shall pity thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Who asked how we was doing when we was catching hell? And no one. Because they viewed us as a rival and was glad that we was down. They were glad we was down. They'd try and come to us on some, oh yeah, brother, as long as we're buying some groceries or some weave or some stupid hair products from their shop. When they go open up a Quickie Mart and all that, they'd come with some niceties then. But who was really actually on our team for real trying to be nice with us, man? No one. I remember I heard Apostle Gabar say that these nations really try and wipe their feet on us, man. And they do. But where did he get that from? Let me see if I can find it. That they step on us as the ground that they may go over, man. They say, lay your body as the ground that they may go over. That's what these people think they can try and say to us. Where is that scripture, man? That they say, lay thy body as the ground that we may go over. I'm gonna find it. I'm finding that, man. I'll never be able to find that straight away when I look for it, man. This is Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said unto thy soul, bow down that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. So they try and say, yo, put your body on the ground so as a bridge so that I can go over. And if you decide, nah, you want to stand up and you want to go over, they got a problem with that. But in the kingdom, man, watch, man. And no one should be able to get angry with me for desiring this. In the kingdom, man, watch. I'm just gonna leave it there, man. In the kingdom, man. Yeah. I'll just say it like that. In the kingdom. Yeah. Esau in the kingdom. All the heathens in the kingdom. Watch, man. Right now, okay, you've got your position of power over us, but in the kingdom, just wait, man. Shalom to the elect.